Hey everyone, welcome to Fresh from My Library. I am Coaster Cat, aka Movie Cat, aka 500 other aliases, and I am here with Kay, and we're celebrating Black History Month by taking a look at a movie starring a black comedian and thinking, maybe that wasn't the best movie. And we're reviewing 2001's Black Knight, starring Martin Lawrence and directed by who's the guy? Gil Junger. This was one of only I think 3 theatrical movies he's done. Everything else has mainly been TV movies. The movie is essentially a fish out of water story. It was not intended to be a pun. It was not intended.
Okay, whatever.
I promise you, it was not intended.
Okay.
The main thing is that you've got Martin Lawrence, who, what was his character?
He just worked at medieval.
You know what? It's
World theme park.
You know what?
He was an employee.
It's Martin Lawrence playing Martin Lawrence as dude not named Martin Lawrence. So let's just call him Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, I don't really remember what his name was.
So anyway, Martin, that was the his TV show. That was like part of the intro. It was like Martin.
Okay.
Martin.
Okay.
Martin. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, it stars Martin Lawrence as pretty much a goofball character who is in charge of this small amusement park called Medieval World, right?
Yes.
And wait, is it Medieval World?
Yes.
Okay. And they're all kind of worried because a competitor nearby is opening a bigger amusement park called, what is it, Castle Park?
Castle Park, I think it was. Something to that effect.
Yeah.
Sort of based on what they were trying to get at Medieval, but... So, they had a team meeting, is how it started, and the owner...
And Martin Lawrence tells the owner, cash out.
Cash out, go to Florida, live your dreams, whatever.
Live your life. You've only been working for 20 years. Sell to condos. I have no idea.
Right.
So then he and his friend...
Well, she gives him the duty of cleaning out the moat.
Yeah.
Which was really gross.
And he and his... Yeah, there's like... How did that stuff end? Dang polluters.
Stroller, a doll, yeah. But they...
let's just say what they really are.
Junk.
Stupid teens.
Yeah.
Not polluters.
So then they see
then he and his friend...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he and his friend want to apply for jobs at the New Castle.
Correct.
Newcastle Land Park. Anyway, Martin Lawrence decides to put his hand in it, thinking, well, I'll just pick it up and that's it. And he kind of gets sucked in. And he kind of emerges out of a lake. And
yeah,
it was kind of weird. It was pretty bad CG, him going into that lake, wasn't it?
Into that moat. Yeah, and coming out the lake.
I think going out it was real, but like going in, it's like that required CG?
I don't know, but anyway.
Is it in his contract not to get his hair wet or something?
I don't know.
But anyway, he goes out, and then he finds himself basically in the forest, which should have been his first hint, because he was previously in a moat and now he's in a lake in the forest, but
right.
Whatever. Then he sees some... Oh, who's that guy?
Well,
Tom Wellington?
Yeah.
Basically playing a drunk dude.
A drunken knight.
No, he was just drunk. He was just like...
Right.
What do you want?
Right. And then Martin asks, he takes care of Martin, and then Martin takes care of him with breath spray to bring him back to life.
Yeah, because he's... Yeah. I guess he carried breath spray with him?
Yeah.
Hey, I carry toenail clippers. I guess they're weird things.
So then, Martin Lawrence, his character, goes to...
He gives him $2, which...
Well, when he finds out that he's just like...
homeless.
Got a donkey, homeless, yeah. So he's talking about him to go to a shelter and apply for food stamps and all this stuff.
Get some clothes or something.
Like, looking at
so he gives him $2 and, in a perfect analogy to this movie, they burn the money.
He burns money, yeah.
And if you're wondering why I made that joke, on a, I believe, $50 million budget,
This was 50 million?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It didn't even make... I think it made like 36 or so million.
Oh,
I think it debuted at like number 8.
well, better than 50.
I've seen movies that have been released.
So, anyway.
No, it opened at number 4, and it made 40 million. It made 40 million on a $50 million budget. I have to assume at least 10 million went to Martin Lawrence.
Yeah,
And maybe another 10 million to the sets.
maybe.
Because, spoiler alert, there is a castle that the movie takes place mainly at.
Yeah. And costumes, and, that's included in the set,
Yeah, they
I
can't
guess,
go to a
so.
Renaissance fair.
But anyway, keep going on.
So anyway, he makes a lie, or he still thinks that it's the new castle park that's been opened, and so he thinks everyone is just in character.
Right, they're doing like a dress run, dress rehearsal.
Yeah, and they're staying in character. Is this around the point of the decapitation? Or that's later, right?
Well, not much later.
Yeah, he basically makes a lie that he's a king or a prince or something.
He's from Normandy with news about
The Black Knight.
No, with news about the gentleman that's coming from Normandy to marry the king's daughter.
Let's just call him King Ben. I don't know. Ben Kingsley, get it? You
But
can
it
call him
wasn't-
anything because, spoiler alert, he doesn't appear. It's just some Martin Lawrence made up to like make himself seem more important. Then it's revealed that there are 2 women in this movie that he has crushes on. One's white, one's black.
He doesn't really have a crush on the king's daughter.
The king's daughter
She
has a crush on him.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, what else? Basically, there's a lot of references to... There's a lot of, like, 90s, 2000s references. One or two of the jokes did make me chuckle, which was probably just him ad-libbing, if I were to guess.
Maybe.
Because he's a stand-up comic. I'm sure he ad-libbed probably a little bit.
Yeah.
Basically, he's kind of put in charge as, like, one of the...
Security.
Yeah, security. But then it's revealed that the daughter is in charge of, like, this rebel force trying to, like, get out
Not
the
the
king.
daughter, one of the chambermaids.
Oh, okay.
Because the king ousted the queen.
So now they're trying
the-
to get the
The
queen,
queen
back
back
in.
into her kingdom. Yes.
Which maybe it was just me, but outside of that group, I didn't really see anyone, like, hate him. It didn't seem to do anything really that bad.
No. Just the
Was it
one
just-
group wanted their queen back.
Was it just jealousy?
Maybe.
I mean, it's not like... I mean, for example, Disney's Robin Hood. Like, you see that, and you can tell why Prince John... why the king had to leave, because, he was, like, making everyone poor, and he was, like, putting people away.
Right.
In this, you didn't really get a sense that that people hated him.
They didn't hate him, but he was killing off people, beheading people that were against him, because the one guy that stole the turnip out of the garden was going to be beheaded.
It's up to you if you think we'll see that in the near future.
Yeah.
Like in 2020 or 2023 or 2024.
But anyway, so the story goes on, and then they find out that he is not...
Yeah, he says he's a jester as well.
Right. Oh, yeah, because he doesn't know how to ride.
And there's also a song and dance sequence, and a pretty gross food sequence, which I'm not going to bring up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just need to know which side the dog licks. Of the food and hands. Ugh.
I'll just stick with the turkey or chicken. Let's see. One of the ladies thinks that Martin Lawrence's character is a knight because he has a medallion.
But but it matches her medallion. So they think that he was sent to help kill the king.
At which point, then they decide that, you know what, or the rebels decide that, you know what, get, they're gonna attack us, but we're going to attack back.
We're gonna attack first.
Yeah, Martin Lawrence chickens out and just runs away, thinking that I'm just gonna jump back in and then the movie's gonna be over, which this is about the hour mark, so you kind of know that it's not over.
Right.
Anyway, he grows a heart. Tom Welling, is it Tom Wellington or Tom
I think
Welling?
that's what you said, Tom Wellington. Then the guys, they were messing with him, and then
Tom Wilkinson.
Wilkinson. Okay. So then
Apologies to Tom Wellington.
So then Martin's character,
He decides
second
to
thought,
he decides
him.
to go back, but it's essentially like it's kind of like in the movie Mulan, where they go and then they realize that pretty much the entire area has been just trashed. They essentially lost the battle, but the war is not over.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the movie can't end like that, and I think this is where you started figuring out, like, the kind of the surprise at the end.
Yeah.
Don't say it, but at this point, it was around this point you kind of figured it out.
Yeah.
Or you had a guess, and I was thinking, probably.
Well, and Martin Lawrence teaches them some moves, so when they do go to fight...
So then, they then go back and they take over. Spoiler alert, I guess.
Yep, so they win the battle.
And then, Martin Lawrence, of course, because it's called Black Knight, he gets knighted. And then...
Well, he uses the black spray paint, remember?
No, this is after with the, like...
Right, but he comes in on a horse all in black, so all the soldiers from the castle start
No, this
running
is with the Queen.
I know, that's after. Oh, no, she knights him first. Sorry.
Hence why I said he gets knighted. Anyway, I don't know if I really want to spoil it.
Well, during the fight, or...
No, not during the fight, but there's something that happens after the surprise reveal.
Well, you kind of have to do it, because it pulls them into another one.
Yeah, they try to, like, set up a sequel, I guess, called Black Gladiator.
Yeah, something.
Probably to write off the success of Gladiator, which came out, like, the year before, somewhere around there.
No. You're better with movie dates.
I think that was 2000, I think. So, the movie is rated PG-13 because, there is some swearing, but it's not like bleep, 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 bleep swearing, because
Right.
then it would be rated R.
You might as well... Not many people are going to see this.
Not many people did see it.
Right. So you might as well just go to the ending. Because
we already revealed the ending about how they tried to set up a sequel for him to be a gladiator.
But you didn't say how he cleaned up.
I'm not going to reveal that part because I don't remember a whole lot about it. I mean,
Well, he
I do
cleaned up-
know what happens at the end, but I don't want to give it away. You've already kind of spoiled like 70% of the movie. You have to save something for the 2 Martin Lawrence fans left in the world.
Oh. Okay.
So, would you recommend people see this movie?
If you're a true Martin Lawrence fan,
Are you?
no.
You never saw a show?
No.
Have you seen any Martin Lawrence movies?
Not really.
Bad Boys?
I would only say check it out from your library. Don't pay
Big
to
Mamas?
see this.
I would also say, rental. Trying to think, like, I don't think it's the... Okay, it's not the worst black comedy that I've seen. And if you want to know my answer to that one, my least favorite probably that I've seen is A Haunted House 2. Because that movie gave me that movie pretty much almost gave me like an aneurysm headache. And it wasn't because I was tired, it was just because it was just
Slow, boring.
no, it was giving me a headache.
Okay, so
I
let's
mean-
wrap this up.
I mean,
Okay,
I've said, I've seen worse. You've seen worse. So I give it a rental. You should check it out.
So what we gonna watch next?
I guess I have to leave a hint. Keep hype alive!
Okay.
And hopefully some comedy too.
Okay. Sounds good.
Happy Black History Month.